everyone. How's everybody doing this week? I see that some people have already left comments. So hi guys. Hi Miss M. Juster, Stars the Limit, Colleen. So just so everybody knows, if you are interested, the pick a card reading that I have coming out on Monday is available for a sneak preview for you guys. And you can just follow the link at any time. It's down in the description box. And the topic for that pick a card is, how are you and your love interest helping each other to evolve? Thank you, Miss M. I'm not going anywhere. I just, I don't know. I've been trying to wear dresses more lately. And I decided today to blow my hair dry, blow it out. I kind of like my hair bitter curly, but I didn't feel like I had enough time to let it dry. Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Rachel. Yes, of course, Rachel. Yeah, if you want to just come back later and watch it, sure, that's fine. No, if you want a tarot reading, that you have to pay for, but this is just ask anything. Like if you just want to ask me a question about myself, about spirituality. Normally in these live streams, I have a topic that I'm speaking about, but I just didn't have anything in particular in mind to talk about this week. So I thought I would do just ask me anything. Hi, Great Fortune Cookie Wisdom. That is funny because this fortune cookie was laying in the floor and I picked it up and I was like, oh, it's not even a full, it's like a broken fortune cookie. I was excited because I was like, I'll open this. I feel like it's a sign that I should open this fortune cookie for everyone. And it's one that's already been opened. I might have, yeah, I have some still that aren't open. Okay. Well, Stars the Limit, I'm glad to have you here as a first timer. Thank you for the compliments on my hair. Okay. Well, I hope things are going well at work, Rachel. Staying busy. Yes, you can super chat a question about love, and I'll make a list. Anyone who's wanting to purchase an actual tarot reading, I'll keep a list of names. I mean, this is super casual today in terms of the topical, because there's not a real topic per se, but so just whenever anyone wants to purchase a reading, let me know. If you purchase it through PayPal, just tell me that so that I can look it up. I have my phone here so I can check my email and see that you've paid me. Okay. How to handle clairaudient abilities. Tatiana wants to know how to handle clairaudient abilities. I guess I don't know what you mean. Like, are you saying like you're receiving too much clairaudient information and it's overwhelming you? Or what do you mean by that? Clarify what you mean. And Daisy's asking, hi, how are you? I'm doing well. How do you know if you are grounded or not? Or if you're not, how do you get grounded? What steps do you take? That's a great question. I feel like if you're not grounded, you're just going to feel a little bit disconnected. You might get, if you're having psychic experiences and you're not grounded, it's going to be more overwhelming and more confusing. So I feel like if you're grounded, you're going to feel safe. You're going to feel okay. And if you're not grounded, to me, when I'm not grounded, I feel like sort of a staticky energy. And that's the best way that I can describe it. And it's funny, I always thought that grounding was just a spiritual concept that had to do with grounding your energy body into Mother Earth. But I recently came across this documentary here on YouTube called Earthing, the Science of Grounding. I recommend watching that. It's called Earthing, the Science of Grounding. And they talk about the fact that your physical body as well, when your bare skin touches the earth, there is like an electromagnetic connection that happens between you and the earth. And that electromagnetic connection also helps to ground your energy. And it does relieve any kind of staticky energy, like buildup from electronics and stuff like that, radio waves, stuff like that, that kind of affect us physically. It also helps to pull inflammation out of your body, which inflammation is one of the major causes of most illnesses and disease. So that documentary is very interesting because they talk a lot about all of that stuff and, give people's personal examples and the actual science behind grounding. So spending time in nature is a good way to ground. You can do grounding meditations, visualize the energy from the bottoms of your feet connecting down into the core of Mother Earth. If visualizing is something that you know how to do. The best thing to do is really physically getting out in nature, but like walking barefoot or laying down so that your skin is contacting the earth. That's really one of the best ways to ground. Also eating any foods that are good for your root chakra. I feel like beets, you can eat beets, you can drink beet juice. I think they even make beet capsules if you just don't like beets, but you still want to get that. Because beets are a root vegetable and they're also that beautiful red color of the root chakra. So those are some of my suggestions for grounding. I do want to remind people that the price for, if you're asking a tarot question, if you want a tarot reading today, the price for that is $14.44. But star's the limit. I've got you on the list. And I'll start doing the tarot readings here in a moment. Oh, thank you, Miss M, for helping out with that. Merv is asking, I wonder why you don't do more than 3 decks in your recent videos. Well, the reason that I changed, I used to do 6. I used to do 6 and sometimes even more for a while there. When I first started my channel, I did 3 as well. And I started doing more because I saw other readers doing more. And I was like, well, more options means people are more likely to have a reading that's really right for them. The reason that I started doing just 3 is because, it just has to do with the time and energy that I put into it and also how YouTube's algorithm works. The greater percentage of a video that people watch, the better my algorithm is. So if I have 6 options and somebody's watching one of those 6 options, then that's just 1/6 of the video that they're watching. If I have 3 options and someone watches 1 option, that's 1/3 of the video that they're watching. So part of it was about the algorithm and just, me prioritizing myself, which I feel like is a good thing to do. It's not something that I'm necessarily good about. And even talking about it right now, there's a part of me that's like, oh, it's wrong. These people will think I'm wrong for considering myself. But I think that we all should consider ourselves. I don't think that that's wrong. There's a place to really prioritize yourself. What I'm putting out there is free content for you guys. So, I'm putting forth this effort so that you can get a free reading for yourself, basically, which is what all YouTube readers are doing. All right. So Tatiana, I heard my name being called a lot, but it scares me. And then it sounds like they are super close to my ears. And I have heard different languages, maybe Latin and something very, very ancient or foreign, to me at least. Well, I don't know. The first thing that I would say is that if you ever hear a voice, of course, that tells you to hurt yourself or to hurt someone else, then I would say not to trust that voice and to seek assistance. But if it scares you, it's like it scares you just because your name is being called. I don't know, maybe you could if you're not wanting this energy around you, you could actively voice that and say, I do not want you around me. You do not have permission to be around me. If it's something like that, and maybe even do some sort of way of cleansing your space, cleansing your own energy with salt baths or burning sage, or I use clary sage essential oil and I just put several drops of it in water like this. You can do that in spray if you don't like to burn sage. But I would say to just be regularly practicing clearing your own energy and, just very assertively letting these voices know that you are not interested. I guess that's the first thing that I would try. Okay, so we have Stars the Limit is on the list, and then Rachel. Oh, and I don't know if I said this, but Carol, if you're watching, this dress is from Carol, and I really love it. And I have this same dress in other color options on my Amazon wish list if anyone wants to gift me. I really like it. It's so comfortable, but it's also pretty. It makes me feel good. Well, thank you, Doorway. I appreciate you saying that. Miss M says, I know that feeling too. I have a hard time standing up for myself at times, but I guess it's part of self-love. Yes, I think that it is. And to me, I feel like self-love is so extremely important. I feel like it's one of the things that will change the world. The more of us who really step in more fully to self-love, I think it will have a profound influence on the world. Because when we are loving ourselves, we don't have that desperation or that need or that ego drive that is a negative or destructive force in the world, where our hearts are overflowing because we're able to fill our cups ourselves, and that naturally overflows. So I think it's very important. Jester says, please, can you talk about what I said? I did not see what you said. Okay, Jester is saying, I feel like I've lived my life before. I remember everything like I've lived it not longer ago, and it's so weird. When I go to a place for the first time, I remember when I came and what happened. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would think that maybe it has something to do with multidimensionality, that you might be connected to a different dimensional experience of the same lifetime. You know, maybe so right now we experience time in a linear fashion. That's how we experience time on Earth. That's how we're meant to experience it, so that we can experience the unfolding of this timeline that we're in. But in reality, everything has already been. We're just experiencing what has really, in a sense, already occurred, because there is no past, present, and future. You know, everything in higher dimensional reality, it's just different from this. So I don't know, it could be that just you're sort of connecting to this alternate dimensional experience of this lifetime that you've already had. And maybe that's kind of what deja vu is too. It kind of sounds like you're experiencing a little bit of deja vu. Yeah, kind of like another dimension. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Katya asks, how do you distinguish mental health issues versus actual spiritual experiences? Well, like I said, I feel like in terms of like clear audience and hearing voices like that, like I was saying earlier to Starshine, I think I was saying that to, or Tatiana, I don't know. So guys, I suck at remembering names, but I mean, if the voices are telling you to hurt yourself or to hurt another person, you should definitely err on the side of caution that that is possibly a mental health issue. It could also be some sort of demonic force. And I don't have a lot of familiarity with that. I know that sometimes people truly do get possessed by demons, and there are people who know how to exercise those. I was actually watching, what is this show? There's this show with William Shatner, The Unexplainable, The Unbelievable. I was watching it yesterday, and they had an episode about this. Like there's a voodoo practice of how to exorcise demons from people. Also, Catholic priests are trained in how to do this. I don't know. It's a difficult question to ask. I will say that when I was having my psychic awakening in 2018, I was working at a psychiatric hospital at the time as a nursing assistant. So, and I'd been there for about 2.5 years, and I was very familiar with what psychotic episodes looked like and what people were like when they were having psychosis or, you know, specifically schizophrenia, but, you know, there are different types of psychosis people can have. We had a lot of patients with dementia as well. So I don't know, even because the psychic experiences I was having at the time were so intense, I did worry. I did genuinely worry about my mental health in certain moments. I was like, am I going crazy? What's going on here? But I think because I had that firsthand experience, I knew, I'm like, I know that I'm connected to reality. Maybe that's part of it. If you know that you're definitely connected to reality, like I did, I'm like, well, I'm going to work. I'm connected to reality. I'm talking to my coworkers. I know what's real, but then there's this supernatural stuff that's also happening. Maybe that's a clue to it. If everything else seems real, but then in addition to that, there's something that's super real or paranormal or psychic, then that might be one way of differentiating. You changed your hair. Everybody likes my hair straightened like this. I think I like my hair better curly, but it is nice to change things up. I blew it out straight today. Palo Santo works well too. Silver Star Priestess is saying that is very correct. Colleen PayPal'd me for a reading. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm just going to do the answering questions for a couple more minutes. Oh, and Julie. Okay, Colleen and Julie. Okay, so we've already got a lot of people on the list. Thank you so much, Miss M. The Unexplained. Yeah, that show is called The Unexplained. I mean, they give like a very basic overview of the topics that they talk about. They don't really go in depth. It's not like, but it's interesting, if you're into that sort of thing. Back in 2006, when I was starting to get interested in psychic and paranormal stuff, there was so little content out there. It was very hard to find anything on any of these topics in the media. There was a show called Paranormal State. Any of you remember that? It took place, it was these college kids at Penn State University, and they would go to people's homes where they were experiencing hauntings. It was very interesting. But there were just not very many shows. And then when the Long Island Medium came out, oh my gosh, I just watched that show so much. I was so in love with that show. Again, because I was just starving for that type of content. And now it's great because now I feel like there's a lot more of it out there and people are becoming more aware and more open to these types of things. Okay, Amanda, if you want to purchase reading, you can do that. It's $14.44. I'll be glad to answer that. Yes, stars, Rachel, Colleen, and Julie. Okay, I think that I am going to go ahead and start. If people have other questions, go ahead and ask, and maybe I can get back to it later. But we'll go back to stars question. Stars the limit. I feel like you already, okay, what's the outcome for you and Keith? All right, so stars, I'm doing yours. The out for you and Keith. Yes, if you want to purchase a reading and get on the list, go ahead and do so. So I'm using this. This is an Edgar Allan Poe deck that I just got from Rachel. I don't think it's the Rachel Leona who's here. It might be. If it is you, thank you. I have a few Rachels. Anyway, this is from Rachel. I think it's a different Rachel. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. There's too many names to remember. My brain doesn't do that very well. Okay, stars the limit. The outcome for her and Keith. Okay. So the cards I'm getting are the Three of Cups reversed, I have the 9 of Pentacles reversed and the 4 of Swords reversed. First, I'm going to clarify why these are all reversed. Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like, first of all, things are very slow moving with Keith. Very slow and steady. I feel like Keith is moving slowly with this connection because I don't know, there's been some sort of conflict between the two of you. I'm getting the word betrayal. Also with the moon here, I feel like he's feeling like I feel like he's sort of suspicious about you. He's not really sure what to think about you. He's not really sure if he can trust you. So he's just kind of moving slowly. Now, I don't know that he necessarily has any good reason to feel that way, but I am picking up that that's how he feels. So I do feel like if the two of you are not in a relationship, I feel like you're probably going to continue to not be in a relationship with each other for a while because we have the 9 of Pentacles. And I think that you're not going to be totally happy with that. You're not going to feel totally unhappy about it, but the 4 of Swords reverse shows that you're not totally at peace. But it's still like, I feel like you're going to continue to have a hard time moving away from him and really considering other options. We also have the 4 of Wands reverse. Like, you're not really ready to move on because I feel like you're still wanting to wait around and see what happens. And then we have the Hangman reverse. I just feel like the two of you are going to continue to be in suspension for a while. That's what I get. Let me see what else. What does she really need to know? What's the most important? I'm assuming you're female. I might be wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. Most of my viewers are female. But what does Star the Limit need to know the most about this connection? We get the Knight of Swords. Again, I do feel like this guy is kind of suspicious. You know, he's really kind of looking for the worst, maybe even a little bit paranoid. Yeah, I feel like he does not trust this love that is between the two of you. Trying to be open to it. We have the Fool card, but I think he's also like maybe spending time with his buddies, or, you know, he's like, I don't think he's trying to get involved with anyone else either. I don't think he's trying to be with anyone else. It's more like he's just focused on his friendships, and he's kind of just sneaking around being sort of suspicious and trying to figure out where you're coming from. And we have the Lovers reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, and the Lovers reversed. I do not think that you're going to be in a relationship with him. And I think it's still going to be a while. I mean, you're asking now if you should let go. That would most likely be in your best interest to let go, yes. But I think that you're going to have trouble doing that. Yeah, it's like, you know that you should move on. Again, the Fool reversed for you. You know that you should move on. You know, because the World card, it's telling you that there's something better. Like, intuitively, you kind of already know that he's not going to be the one. But, you know, it may take you a moment to get to that point of really being able to totally move on. But I think there will come a moment when something very unexpected will happen that really pushes you out of the nest and makes you just take that leap of faith and really move on to something else. So I would say, in the meantime, don't worry about it too much, because, you know, you don't have to force yourself to move on, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to be pulled in that direction. You're already being pulled in the direction of moving on. So just trust that force that is telling you there's something else better for you, and keep following that, you know. So that's what I have. I hope that that was really helpful. Yeah, and just, you know, take care of your own emotions, process your own emotions about all of this, you know, journal, listen to music, whatever it takes to help you just, you know, you don't want to push the emotions away and pretend that they aren't there. You want to give time to the emotions that you're having, whatever they are. Even if you know it's time to move on, you might still have some sad feelings about that. And so just let yourself process that in whatever way works best for you. You know, and also he has his own fears and anxieties about this, and that's his job to figure that out too. You know, I feel like you're someone who's very empathic and you're very concerned about, you know, is he doing okay? Is he, you know, how are his feelings? And, you know, just he has to be the one. He is okay, but he has to be the one to really address that. He has to address his own anxieties. It's not your job to fix that for him. All right. Okay, so Rachel's question is up here. Rachel is asking, what will happen if I tell my husband about the guy who is pursuing me at work? Oh my gosh. And then 2, what was the meaning of the dream I had about Minerva? Is she my spirit guide? My mom was also in the dream. How is it all connected? Those are some interesting questions. All right, so we're answering Rachel's question now. Okay. What will happen if Rachel tells her husband about the guy who is pursuing her at work? Ooh, well, he's not going to be very happy. But it's something that you all can work through. We have 5 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. My camera sucks, so I don't know that you can see this very well. But yeah, I mean, this guy is sad in this 5 of Cups. I feel like it does kind of hit him in his gut. It hits him in his heart. Like there is that initial feeling of worry that he might lose you. I mean, and but then it's followed by the 7 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. I think, you know, after that initial kind of gut hit in his gut, you know, that fear, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. He's like, I know that Rachel and I have what it takes. We've been doing this for a while. We're very solid together. We've put in the time, the energy, and the effort, and we're going to continue to do this. I feel like he knows that your all's relationship is solid. So that's how he initially feels about it. What about his actions? We have the Chariot. Just going to read these in upright. The Page of Cups and the World. I think things will be fine. I mean, he definitely has some emotions about it, but he's like, I know that Rachel is my beautiful wife who I'm meant to be with. We're meant to have the world together. We do have the world together. You know, nothing's going to get in the way of that. He does see you as a very kind of goddess-like. So I think in a way it sort of reminds him of that. He's like, I have a real winner as a wife because, you know, she attracts attention from other people because she is such a wonderful human being. He knows that you care about his emotions too. I feel like he can tell that you really care about how this affects him. And yeah, he's like, you know, this is not something that we can't talk through and get over, you know, and the initial impact is like, oh, that hurts. But beyond that, it's all very positive. I think everything will be fine. From Rachel's end, how is it going to affect her? I think that it might actually be hurting you in a way more than it is your husband. But I feel like once you do talk to him about it, so we have the 10 of Swords, the Sun, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like once you talk to him about it, you'll realize, okay, everything's okay. I'm not as scared. It made me kind of scared that it would cause me to lose my husband or something like that. But I feel like in the end, what you realize is, no, I'm with the right guy because this guy understands me. He's by my side. He makes me happy. He makes me whole. So I think it will be okay. So Rachel's second question is, what was the meaning of the dream I had about Minerva? Is she my spirit guide? My mom was also in the dream. How was it all connected? So let's see. What was the meaning of the dream that Rachel had about Minerva? I mean, you probably have already, I'm assuming you already know something about Minerva or have researched her. I don't really know a lot about Minerva right off the top of my head, but that in and of itself, of course, is going to give you a clue. Just whatever her story is will give you an idea of what she's trying to communicate to you or what's being communicated to you. But let's see what else I can get. What is this dream about? Actually, I feel like I think it has to do with the other thing that you're talking about, the guy who is pursuing you at work. We have the Five of Swords, which is about conflict and competition. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I think the Knight of Pentacles is this guy at work, and the King of Pentacles is your husband. So the dream is trying to tell you something about this situation, which is causing you anxiety right now with the guy pursuing you at work. That's what the dream is about. So what's the dream trying to tell you about it? The dream is trying to, oh my gosh, whoa. We have the Emperor, the World, and the Empress. I feel like the dream is really just trying to reassure you that you are with the right person. You are with you all are divine partners. And, it's the World, the Emperor, and the Empress. I mean, they came up just like this. You all are on each side sharing the world, creating the world together. So I really feel like it was meant to just reassure you that everything is okay in your marriage and that everything's going to be just fine. Why was her mother in it? I feel like, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is represented by Isis, it looks like to me, another goddess. I feel like this is your mom. Your mom was part of the dream because she is also connected to goddess energy. I mean, and so just her, I feel like your mother's own goddess energy is just sort of showing up here. The Queen of Swords is very impartial. She's very rational, logical. She doesn't let her emotions sway her opinions. And we have the Ace of Swords. So your mother as well. I don't know what her opinion is in the 3D, but in the 5D, as she's coming through in this dream, your mother as well is trying to reassure you that your relationship is just fine. We have the 10 of Cups, which is, of course, is about emotional fulfillment, with a rainbow in the background, which is about happy promises, like promising happy things to come in your marriage. So I feel like the reason your mom was there was just that she's also helping to reassure you that everything is fine. So is Minerva her spirit guide? Yes, we do get a yes for that. I've got the full reversed, 8 of Cups upright, and 2 of Wands upright. Yeah, your Minerva is a spirit guide. She's trying to help you move forward in a journey in your life now regarding this issue that you were talking about, where you feel like you're kind of in the dark. In this particular 8 of Cups, this guy's walking through the woods at night. It's dark. He can only see by the light of the moon. So I feel like Minerva is like the moon here. She is trying to guide you through what is a little bit of an emotionally scary and uncertain phase in your life. Trying to give you strength to understand your connection with your husband better. You have the full reverse. I feel like obviously you're uncertain about even bringing it up to your husband. And Minerva is just trying to tell you that, you're going to be okay to do so. So that was very interesting. I hope that was helpful, Rachel. Thank you so much for ordering those questions. And next we have Colleen. Colleen, if you're here, let me know that you're here so you can hear me. And I'll try to find where you wrote your question out. If you did already, I'm not sure. Hi, Colleen. I don't see where you wrote your question if you did, but can you just tell me what it is? What did you want to ask? Not shitty spirits. Okay. Okay, any guidance that Spirit has for Colleen? Let's see, do we want to stick with the same deck? I think so. I'm feeling this deck. All right. Had enough of shitty spirits. Yeah. All right, what does Spirit want to say to Colleen? Ooh, King of Wands reversed, Four of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. Why are these reversed? Okay, well, I think Spirit wants to talk to you about your romantic life. I feel like there might be someone who has a romantic interest in you, but their motives seem a little bit suspicious because I feel like they might be seeing multiple people or talking to multiple people. They're coming across as a little bit of a Casanova. Yeah, and I feel like this person, you can tell that this person is interested in you, but they're not really taking any direct action towards you. Guys, if you want a reading, you have to pay for that. So anyway, so Colleen, there's someone who I feel like you know has a romantic, what a doucher. You know this person has a interest, but not taking action. But I feel like there's very palpable energy. Like you can tell that there's like between the two of you, but it's like this person just isn't fulfilling that. So let me see. Why does Spirit want to talk about this? What are they wanting you to know? Well, first of all, they just want you to know that your intuition is correct. Your intuition is correct that this person does indeed have these feelings for you. Yeah, I feel like there is like a soul bond. There is a soul connection with this person. But this is someone who, they just don't know how to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. And you would have to teach them how to treat you, you know, because right now they don't know how to treat you. And, you know, all they know how to do is get involved in this, like, let me play with your emotions type of thing. I feel like that's the energy that this person is they don't know how to really act when they really care about someone. So they're playing around, playing with your feelings. And the thing is, you know, it's like you don't even need this, you know, like you're happy. You're here like planting your own garden. Here's this person. I know this isn't very clear, but they're walking by in the background carrying, looks like a cello. And they have devil horns and their eyes are red, but there's a rainbow in the background. So it's like, if this person wants to come at me with this devil energy, if they want to just play around with my emotions, pull on my heartstrings without really, you know, acting the way that they need to act, and you're just like, I don't care. I mean, you know, so that's the energy that you are in. And I feel like, I think that that's really what this person needs. They need to see you not caring. They need to see you be like, dude, I'm over here living my best life. I don't know what kind of like immature BS that you think I need from you, but I'm not interested. You know, I'm not interested in being treated that way. And then we have the Three of Cups. I feel like definitely you're like, I'm open to other people. I'm not stuck on you. And you obviously are not stuck on me because it seems like you're, you know, fooling around with other people yourself. I feel like, you know, you continuing to hold your own strength and just respect yourself basically is what shows this person that you have standards. And if they want a certain type of treatment from you, they're going to have to give you that kind of treatment themselves first. So I think that they are learning it might be a slow learning process, but I do think that they are learning that they can't get away with this, that they're not going to get that validation that they want from you if they continue to just act like an immature brat, you know. Oh, they need to be smacked. I see. Yeah. Could be. Yeah. I don't promote violence, but anything else that she needs to know about this? You know, we have the King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Honestly, both of you are pretty okay with being single for whatever reason. You know, you're both in the energy of like, you're definitely like just living your best life. This person's okay with being single, but I don't think they're happy about it. I think it's for a different reason than you. They want to stay single because they want to stay disconnected from real, true emotional intimacy. I think you're satisfied just remaining on your own because you're empowered. You know, you're doing fine. Life is good for you. But coming up between the two of you, we do have the World card, and this is this guy on a horse, you know, trying to embark on a journey towards this castle in a distance. So I do feel like there is potential here. And I feel like this person is probably going to continue to pursue you. And eventually, I do think that they are going to have these realizations that they're going to know how to approach you in a way that's respectful and more what you deserve. But we have the Ace of Pentacles. I think it will take time. And the Knight of Swords. I just feel like this person is really putting up defenses. A lot of their behavior is them putting up defenses, trying to protect their heart, because like I said before, they're kind of scared of emotional intimacy. So what would be your advice to her? What would you advise her? What's your advice for Colleen about this person? Okay, we have the World reversed. So they just want you to know there is really a lot of potential here, but right now it's just potential because this person doesn't know how to act right. And we have the Page of Swords reversed and the Empress. The Empress. They don't want you to look too much into it. They don't want you to start getting paranoid or suspicious. Just know that this is this person's way of protecting their heart because they don't know how to act. They don't know how to really get emotionally close to someone. They're still trying to figure that out. And so they're acting like this little brat. And, so it's just like, know your own worth. This person really does adore you. So don't question that. Your guides are saying, don't question the fact that they do really, truly adore you. But, just keep yourself in this mindset of, I have everything that I need in my life. If this person wants to start being more mature and start learning how to truly engage in an equal give and take and be respectful, if they want to start learning that and if they can demonstrate that, then over time, we can probably build a happy life together. But they're going to have to put in that work and dedication. Any final thoughts from your guides? Yeah, I think it's just a continually, know your worth. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Fool reversed. You know your worth. You know that this person does truly care about you, even though their actions are kind of confusing and maybe a little bit off-putting. You know that they do care. They have feelings. But with the Fool reverse, it's kind of like, this is not the type of thing where you just want to jump in with this person because, you knowing your worth and holding back is part of what teaches them to treat you correctly. And once they can start to learn how to treat you correctly, then maybe that's the time to leap in more with them. He does not deserve to be banged. Absolutely no. No, that gives the very opposite impression that you want to give. Not that there's anything, if you want to sleep with someone, go ahead. But I mean, if you want like a real future with this person, no, because if you sleep with them now, it just shows him you can continue to behave the way that you've been behaving, and that's good enough for me. And it's not good enough for you. Absolutely, it's not good enough for you. So, I mean, it's like training a dog, I guess, The dog doesn't get a reward until it does what it's supposed to do. You know, it's not the nicest metaphor, but you get what I mean. All right. So I hope that was helpful, Colleen. I'm glad it made sense. It sounds like it did resonate with you. Okay. Thank you. Julie loves the metaphor. It's sort of a mean metaphor, though, I feel like. But, I mean, you get the picture. Oh, I'm almost 40, Sherry. I don't think you should hate yourself for not finding a life partner. I mean, you shouldn't hate yourself for any reason. All right, Julie is reading. Julie asks, should I continue waiting for my connection with Mike to grow to the next level? He has been distant for a while, and we've been casually dating. I don't know if it's worth it for me or not. I'm going to switch over to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. All right, Julie's question now. Well, before I get into Julie's question, I think some people are confused because the topic of this video is Ask Me Anything. And that is because at the beginning of my live streams, I usually talk about a particular topic, you know, usually a metaphysical topic. And this week, instead of doing that, I was allowing people just to ask me any question about myself, about life. I'm not a personal question for yourself. And that part of the video is over anyways. So if you want a paid reading, then it's $14.44 per question. The details are in the description. You can pay through Super Chat or through PayPal. If you pay through PayPal, let me know so I can check my email and see that you've sent me payment. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, so Julie, should I continue waiting for my connection with Mike to grow to the next level? All right. Oh, I also want to remind people that there's a link down below, a sneak peek. You can go ahead and watch the whole video before everybody else gets to watch it. It's a pick a card video on how do you and your love connection, how do you and your person you care about, how do you help each other evolve? So there's a link to that if anyone wants to watch that. Okay, so let's look about if she continues to wait, what's the outcome for her? And if Julie decides to go ahead and move on, what's the outcome for her? So if you continue to wait around for this to grow, we have the 5 of Swords, the Devil reversed, and the 3 of Swords reversed. I kind of get this feeling that he would feel very cocky and arrogant about it. Like he feels like he's getting absolutely everything that he's wanting out of this, even though I don't even think that it's really the best for him, what he's getting out of it at this point. No, it's definitely not. This is not even what's good for him, you know? This is kind of similar to Colleen's reading, because I feel like maybe you all are sexually involved with the Devil and the 3 of Wands, and it's like, it's almost like he feels like that's good enough, and he feels like this cocky arrogance that he gets to have that with you, or whatever he does have with you. Okay. Yeah, it feels like that. You know, he feels kind of like all in his ego, like, haha, look at me. Look what I've got going on with Julie. I'm pretty cool over here. And, but it's not even what's best for him is the thing. This guy is stupid. I'm sorry, but, and then if you moved on, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles reversed. If you moved on, I feel like I think that for one thing, it's going to be a slow moving on process. I think it will be a little bit difficult for you, but it ultimately probably is best for you because the 6 of Swords does indicate healing or improvements, especially about your outlook in life. Your perspective on life will improve. Your mental and emotional well-being will improve. I was asking how his behavior might change if you moved on, and I get the Chariot reverse. So I feel like he is still having feelings for you, but I feel like he's still not really doing much about it. And then I was asking about someone new. Would someone new be coming into your life? And I think so, but it's the Magician reverse. So I feel like it might be another situation where someone is interested in you and maybe trying to make something happen with you, but they don't necessarily have the best motives. I'm not doing free readings. I'm doing paid readings. I feel like your guides do want to reassure you, though, that you will find someone to settle down with. And I feel like that your guides are telling you the kind of person that you've been attracting or the kind of person you've been involved with is not really the type that you need. I think you've been trying to think that you need this Knight of Cups type person, someone who can say the right things. They know the words to say to get you feeling all good. But, you know, they're not necessarily backing it up with action. They can write you poetry, send you songs, whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, this person knows exactly what to say to get those panties off. They know what to say to do that. They know. And it's not like these people don't have feelings for you, but they're not in a very mature energy. And I feel like the type of guy that would actually be better for you, you're attracted to these guys more because you're a very emotional person, the Queen of Cups. And so these people you like because they stir up those emotions in you. And you like that. But they're not giving you the stability that you really want. I feel like the type of person that would be better for you is a King of Swords type person. This doesn't have to be an air sign, but someone in this energy that's not saying all the flowery things. You know, the King of Swords is not a romantic, but they're honest, right? And you know where you stand with this type of person. And this is the type of person who their actions speak much louder than their words. And that's the type of person, someone who's mature. You've been looking at knights. You need to look at kings. Someone who's really mature, someone who's very self-sufficient, intelligent. This is actually the kind of person who's going to make you feel more emotionally safe than the types of people that you have been dealing with. Because I do feel like you do crave something more committed and more substantial than this. But you've been disappointed because you're like, oh, I don't know how to get there. You know, you are aware, you know, that you're attracting the wrong type of person. Yeah, I really just feel overall, your guides are saying you need to look for someone who's more mature. I'm trying to get more of a specific guidance here, but I feel like that's what it is. You need to be with someone who's more self-sacrificing. Someone who has self-awareness. You know, I think you've been dating people who haven't had very good self-awareness. You need to be with someone who is aware of themselves, definitely can take care of themselves, right? You don't have to take care of them emotionally or otherwise. Someone who, you know, is independent. And I almost feel like you need to be with someone who's more introverted as well. Like, because I feel like the type of person they're describing that would be good for you is someone who their emotions do run really deep, but because of their own inner sensitivity, they respect other people's emotions. And so this isn't someone going to try to poke at your emotions and try to get a reaction out of you, or, like say sweet nothings, to try to get a reaction out of you. This is someone who's very upfront. They're very respectful of your feelings. They don't want to hurt your feelings because they know how that feels. This is someone who's been really hurt before. And so they've learned how to be really respectful of other people's feelings themselves. So that's who they're describing as who would be best for you. Any final thoughts for Julie here? Well, they're just telling you, you will find the type of connection you're looking for. You will find the safe, secure, committed relationship. So this is just a reassurance that you will have that, Julie. Okay. All right. So is there anyone else who wants a reading? Is anyone else paid for a reading? I don't think so. Oh, Mizuki did. Sorry. Okay, Mizuki, are you still here? Mizuki paid for an ancestor message. I knew that when I titled this, Ask Me Anything, that people were going to get confused and think that I was giving away free readings, but I feel like I've been as clear about it as possible. Guys, I'm not giving away free readings. Sorry. Okay. All right. So Mizuki, let's see what your ancestors have to say to you. I feel like going back to the Poe Tarot. Yeah. There were two people who knew that I did tarot readings, people I know in real life from some metaphysical circles. I mean, one girl I did give a free reading to because we were doing this women's retreat, and I gave free readings to all of the women, and then we did Reiki on each other and stuff. And these two people, including this woman who I'd given a free reading to, said to me, I don't think tarot readers should charge. Well, those people are not friends of mine anymore. I'm like, I gave you a free GD reading, and now you're saying you don't think that tarot readers should charge? Like, what exactly am I supposed to pay my rent with, Like, girl, I like to eat. It costs money. They're not giving me food for free. I was like, damn. Jeez. I don't understand. Like, what am I supposed to do? Work full time and then spend however many hours a week that I do this just for free? I don't think so. Anyway, that's a very good way to stop being my friend. I mean, I had literally given this woman a free reading at this retreat that we did, which she really appreciated. All right. So sorry about that, Mizuki. Okay, so what do Mizuki's ancestors want to talk to her about? What do they feel that she should know? So we have the Fool card. The Fool card keeps coming up. So they want you to embark on some new sort of journey. What sort of journey do they want you to embark on? Oh. So we have the Six of Cups and the Hermit. I feel like this has something to do with your childhood or your past. Reconnecting with your childhood. I feel like maybe you've been having dreams of your childhood or memories of childhood, or there are certain things about your past or your childhood that you don't exactly remember, and maybe you're trying to piece together the memories or something. Okay. I feel in particular there's a male person from the past. I don't know if this is a family member or a friend, or it feels like it might be a family member, that there's something about this person from the past. I feel like it's positive. This is someone who made you feel appreciated. Yeah. It could be someone who was older than you, but you felt a connection to them anyway, but they were older and they made you feel very appreciated. But there was something that maybe got in the way. But I do feel like this was in your past. Like maybe it wasn't your childhood. Maybe it was just when you were younger than you are now. So what are they trying to tell you about this person? I feel like this person really, their energy is very directed towards you right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure who this person is. I feel like you did feel very appreciated by them, but this person's energy is very directed towards you. Their energy is coming towards you very strongly at the moment. I feel whoever this is, I do feel like they have like a sexual interest in you. I don't know. So what, I'm sort of confused. What's going on here? Who is this person from her past? What are you trying to tell me? Okay, this is someone that you did have a good time with. You had good times with this person. I think that I really feel like I know this is weird territory and I'm sorry, but I feel like even if it's a family member, and I don't know who it is, but whoever this is, I feel like you could always tell that there was a little bit of like an erotic energy from them towards you. But I don't feel like your boundaries were crossed or anything. I feel like it was more like you could just tell maybe that they had those feelings. I don't think it bothered you, whoever it was, because. Okay, I just asked directly, is this a family member? And I got a no. I think I was just some of the cards earlier. What is it, a friend? No. Is it like a teacher or someone from school? No. Is it someone from work? No. Who the heck is it? Is it just herself? Okay. I'm sorry that this has been confusing. So it's just yourself. They're wanting to talk about your own self, but from the past, like the past younger version of yourself. I feel like what they're saying is that when you were younger, you believed in yourself more. I don't know why I was getting that other energy. Maybe there are different messages trying to come through for you. But anyway, when you were younger, I feel like you had a stronger belief in yourself. Yeah, I feel like when you used to put, they're saying you used to put more energy into your dreams or your goals. And you had this kind of quiet faith. You could sort of see the overview, the vision of your life, and you could see how it was unfolding. And you planted the seeds that you knew that you had to plant. But something happened in your life where someone did something to you that was like a betrayal or deceptive or something. Someone tried to intervene in your life or caused something bad to happen in your life. maybe this is the energy that I was getting of someone who had sexual feelings. Maybe it was this person. Someone caused some sort of problem in your life. You feel uncertain after that. You know, you had been believing in yourself so much, and then some sort of experience in your life where someone did something secretive or a betrayal or a deception or something, it started to make you doubt yourself. Yeah, it really puts you in more of a negative energy. The Two of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Okay. Well, maybe I'm misunderstanding the sexual stuff. I don't know. I was having trouble connecting to your ancestors, and I was having trouble understanding them. But yeah, they're saying something happened that really got you out of that spark of really believing in yourself and building your dreams the way that you used to. And okay, so you're confirming that part of it. Yeah, it is tougher now for some reason. Okay. So what do your guides suggest that you do? I feel like the reason I was picking up so much masculine energy before is because your guides feel like it's good for you to be more in touch with your own masculine energy, because we get a King of Wands coming up now also. Like, I was getting a lot of masculine energy before, and I think that's what was confusing me. But yeah, part of the thing that they feel like would help you to shift and start moving forward in a more positive way now is to be in touch with your masculine self-determination, your masculine confidence more. And I think that you're going to start being, this is the Six of Wands, you're going to start feeling that success again that you believed so much in before. You're going to start seeing that happening because you're believing in yourself. And, you know, I think the reason that they want you to be in touch with masculine energy in particular is because it was the feminine part of you that was so hurt before. And I think it's the masculine part of you now that still has power. So I feel like they want you to harness that power of your masculine energy so that you can help pull yourself out of this, which will benefit both your masculine self and your feminine self. But right now I feel like your feminine self is just the more wounded part of you. Anything else that can help her? They want to remind you, you used to know this and you've had trouble knowing it recently because of the things that have happened, but you used to know that, hey, small things are going to happen, but the things that happened to you were not small. And that's what got you stuck. But they want to say, going forward, remind yourself that most problems and obstacles that you will come across in trying to fulfill your dreams are actually pretty minor. The Five of Wands indicates problems that are not nearly as difficult to overcome as what we think they are. It's making mountains out of molehills. So if you start to recognize, okay, whatever is getting between me and where I want to be in my life, where I want to be with my goals, it's not that big of a deal. It's really just about taking the steps that you need to take. And this person is climbing up these wands and they're reaching this fire. They're being in touch again with that source of inspiration and that sort of self-understanding that you had lost touch with because of, what these confusing or hurtful experiences were that you had. Because I feel like when these painful experiences happened, you were like really happy. You were really happy when this stuff happened, and it disconnected you with that. So it's just about reconnecting to that, which I know it sounds easier than what it actually is. Yeah, the Four of Wands just keeps coming up. I feel like your guides feel like, for one thing, you need to start doing things that are fun again. And I know this has been a year when we can't really go to events and socialize as much, but if you can find some way of just being engaged in happy, positive activities, even social activities if you can, however, even if it's via Zoom or whatever, like you need to be having fun. It's like if there were an opportunity to go to a party, that would be really great for you. I don't know. it's doing something like that feels like that type of energy, or like going to a concert. Again, these are kind of things that we can't do right now. But if you can think of something that would be fun and exciting like that, to get you back into that energy of smiling and feeling like safe and secure again, that you have a good launch pad to continue forward from. What else does she need to know? I'm going to pull one of these postcards from Spirit for you, because you're asking a more like spiritual question. Maybe this will have a good message for you, helpful message. I'm sorry it took me so long to understand what they were saying. I'm sorry that was so confusing. Okay. Thank you, Mizuki. All right, it says, dearest Mizuki, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although those are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better, or less than. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. And I remembered that word adoration. Your past self, you used to have adoration for yourself. So, I think maybe the Four of Wands kept coming up because of this, like a reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Can you get into an energy of having a fierce respect for life? And I think that maybe some of what happened to you was not very loving. And I think when things like that happen to us, it can be harder for us to stay connected to love, because things like that can really jolt us out of that experience of love and knowing that we are loved, that we are deserving of love. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. Yeah, kind of stopped caring about everything. And I think most importantly, yourself. And so it's getting back to like really adoring yourself more, having that appreciation for yourself. So I hope that helped, Mizuki. So glad that you're so patient with me and so kind. Okay. Julie has ordered another reading. I don't think that I saw anyone else order anything. Let me make sure here. Oh, did you send? Somebody sent me money here. It's Minzy. That's not you, Julie. Oh, okay. That is you. Okay. Okay, I'm easily confused. All right. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question, Julie. I feel like I kind of knew that because you've ordered before, but oh, I've got Minzy and Mizuki. Yeah, I mean, the cards were showing that that would be a more positive direction for you to go in. JJ, yes, you can still order a reading. It's $14.44, and you can either pay for it through Super Chat or through PayPal. The PayPal link is in the description box. Okay, Julie says, but I still want to know, how does Mike feel about me and our connection right now? So I feel better about moving on. Okay, a fair question. All right, I'm going to switch over to the Everyday Witch Tarot. Yes. All right. How does Mike feel about Julie right now? That little scoundrel. How does that little scoundrel feel about her right now? Well, he thinks you're sexy. He thinks you're very attractive. Well, I think we already knew that. Queen of Wands. He thinks that you're not just attractive to him, but the Queen of Wands is someone who kind of attracts a lot of attention. Four of Wands. He feels like you're happy. You're living your best life. He does feel very like he feels very just like before. I was picking up this sort of ego happiness that he has about being involved with you. You know, it strokes his ego. He does feel like the two of you are going through a rough patch, though. He knows that things are not great with you. Now, he thinks you're sexy. He loves being involved with you. He thinks you're, living a good life, that you're happy and you're, doing fun things or whatever. But he thinks that the two of you are going through a rough patch. We have the Five of Pentacles here. And he cares about that, his emotions. This is the King of Cups. So he cares about that. That does... he's having some definite emotions about the fact that you all are going through, from his perspective, sort of a rough patch. He knows that he has put you through this before. He does sort of see himself as the cause. This is the Nine of Wands, which to me shows that there are sort of like these repeating cycles, where this probably is not the first rough patch that you all have been through. And he knows that you're very wary of him at this point. And, he does care about that. Yeah, I mean, he's very aware of the hardship that he has put you through. He is aware of that. So I will say that. He feels like he's not sure if the two of you can work through it this time. Like in the past, maybe you have been able to. I mean, he still views you absolutely. I mean, this is the Empress card. He views you as so beautiful. The Queen of Wands and the Empress, like he thinks you're so sexy, so beautiful. And his ideal partner, really, as the Empress. But he's not really sure if you all can work through it this time around. And it's like he's really thinking more about you. He's putting himself in your head. He's really thinking about, well, what is Julie thinking about it now? And he feels like you're having a lot of clarity here. And your clarity is probably telling you to move on, which sounds like it kind of is. So he's correct. He's aware of that. And again, Five of Cups, like, has caused you pain. I think he would like you to come back, because it's like, I know this isn't very clear, but there's a table laid out in the back with And a meal is laid out, and here she's over here crying over the cups that are spilled. He wants you to come back to this table and have this happiness with him. He does want you to come back, but he really does not think that that's going to happen. And he wants you to come back because he genuinely does have feelings for you. He really cares about you. He does. He knows that you give a lot more to this than he has. He knows he's been more so on the receiving end and you've been more on the giving end. And he's like, I know that I need to, and I would have to make greater sacrifices and be more giving to this. But this hangman wanted to come up in reverse. I feel like he doesn't really know how to give to a relationship in the way that you deserve. And he knows that you are becoming more aware of that. It's like you're seeing past the bullshit at this point, and you're not going to be misled into believing that he ever is really going to change. He knows that he would have to change for it to work out. If you did come back and gave him another chance, he knows that he would really have to work on it. And I think that he would work on it because we have the Lover's card. I mean, he would try. If you came back, he would try. He would really try. Because he knows that he has to make significant changes. To me, it's sort of like when you've been traveling the same route for so long, it sort of like digs a ditch, sort of. When the pattern is so ingrained, when you've been going through that same pattern over and over, it gets really, ingrained. So it's hard to step out of that pattern and create a new pattern. And we have the Five of Wands. I do feel like you guys would have difficulty doing that, even though he would genuinely be trying. He would, because he knows that he would have to. Yeah, he would have to do more work. And I feel like he's so disconnected from knowing how to do more work that, yeah, I don't know if it would be able to happen. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like he continues to, like, he's like this little cat here looking up so adoringly at this woman who's the magician. She's making everything happen. He knows that that's how you've been in this connection, and he likes that. And he is very, it makes him happy that you have done that. He's enthralled by your ability to make this work somehow, even though he's just sitting there like adoring you and not actually doing any of it himself. So for final advice, I get the Four of Cups and the Emperor. So these are both 4 cards. So in this card, if you're this person here coming through the offering this cup, and he's this person here, sitting with his head down. He doesn't know how to truly receive love. So that's one thing. That's part of the reason it's been difficult here. But the thing is, like, I feel like what this is saying is, like, you cannot teach him how to be the emperor. He's got to figure that out on himself. If you're the one having to show him how to do it, then he's not really being the emperor, right? Because the emperor doesn't have to have someone constantly doing it for them or showing them the way. The emperor figures their own life out for themselves. And I mean, also with 2 4s, I mean, this is telling me that I feel like both of you are going to continue to have feelings for each other for quite a while. The feelings are not going to go away very easily. I also feel that there's a little bit of a warning that I think when you do try to move on, he will try to pounce back into your life and upset that new balance that you're trying to create for yourself. So there's just a little heads up for that. I feel like there is someone else out there for you. And I mean, that came up a little bit earlier too. You know, obviously you're not going to be without, there are going to be people interested in you. You're not going to be without interest, you know, you're not going to be without options. Exactly. You're not his mom. That's not the type, that's not what you want from a romantic relationship, is to be someone's mom. That is not sexy or appealing to you. It might work for him because he doesn't have to do the work, but you know that, yeah, it's not fair to you. It's not what you want your romantic experience to be. Exactly. So that's what I'm getting. He definitely still has feelings for you. He thinks you're his best partner, the person he would be with. He knows he would have to change if he had another chance with you. But he's not really sure you're going to give him another chance. Yeah. And if you do, I mean, he will try to change. He will definitely try. So I don't know. All right. Did someone else pay for a reading? Oh, is he giving up too? I don't think he's giving up. No, because he wants you to come back. So I do not interpret that as him giving up. But he knows that you're giving up. He feels that you are. That's how he sees it. He feels that you are probably giving up. But he's still wanting something with you. But I feel like he's wanting you to come back. He wants you to be the one who comes back. Well, thank you. You're very welcome. Okay, JJ did send a payment. Okay, gotcha. Okay, JJ, what is your question? Yeah. Sometimes when you've fished in a pond for long enough and you're not getting what you want out of that pond, yeah, it's, I don't know, moving on is hard. For me, it is hard. I think I've learned how to get better at it once I start to realize, like, oh, this doesn't really feel like it's going anywhere. But yeah, I've had situations that have been really hard to move on from. Oh, and then Mona. Okay, Mona sent one under Rachel C. Okay, so there was someone who sent me a question, payment under the name Nagar. I assume that's JJ. Oh, and then I have Rachel. Okay, so JJ, what's your question? And then I'll get Rachel's or, yeah, Mona. All right, JJ, okay. Oh, a general live read. If I meet anyone significant, I've had an empty love life. Okay. So what's the outlook for JJ? Will JJ be meeting anyone significant? Let's say in the next 6 months. The next 6 months. Yes, there will be someone in the next 6 months. We get the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Cups reversed. Let me clarify the Two of Cups reversed. With the Empress card. Why is it reversed? Okay, you're definitely going to meet someone in the next 6 months. It's someone who, I mean, one of you is more like logical. The other person is more emotional. So I don't know which one is which of you. But yeah, there's going to be a romantic attraction to this person. And then we have the Two of Cups, of course, which is about, you know, a mutual emotional attraction, romantic attraction to someone. I was asking why it's reversed. And I think it's because this person really likes you. And I think you'll be able to pick up on that. But they really this person's really going to be putting you on a pedestal. And I think that they're going to try to make something happen. We have the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. But I feel like this person is like knowing that it's going to be hard work to really be good enough for you or something, because they're really adoring you, putting you on a pedestal as the Empress. And then we have the Knight of Cups reversed. I feel like this person they're going to be trying really hard to pursue you and make something happen, but it's like they don't have a very good game. It's not like a player type thing, like what I was picking up with people earlier. It's more like maybe this person just hasn't had a lot of relationship experience and they don't really know how to express themselves emotionally. Yeah, they don't really, I feel like this person really wants something to happen, but they are maybe a little bit shy, or just they don't know how to romance someone really. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm getting. You will have someone coming in. I think at first, when you first start to notice that this person is interested in you, at first you're going to be like, I don't know if I'm interested or not. But then I think slowly you will warm up to this person, because we then get, it's the 9 of Wands, which is that I'm not so sure here. And then we have Temperance and the 4 of Wands. So I feel like you kind of do warm up to this person. You're like, okay, well, the more I think about it, yeah, I can see myself actually being with this person. I can see that. At first, I think you're not so sure, though. But then you're like, yeah, I think that we could be together and be happy. But at the same time, it's sort of like, yeah, this person really just does not know how to go about the whole romantic process, the whole courtship process. So, let me see. But they really like you, and I feel like you can tell that they do like you. I don't know if, I don't feel like this is going to end up being a lasting love, but I do see it. I do see you connecting to someone, and it'll be an obvious mutual attraction. I think in the end, there will either be a parting of ways, or the two of you will just recognize, like, maybe it's just the timing is off. Maybe we're just not in the same place or something like that. So you might end up kind of going your separate ways. I don't think that it will end in a relationship, JJ. I think that you'll probably part ways, because it's like the two of you can't figure out how to get into a romantic relationship. I feel like this person hasn't had a lot of experience in relationships or something, or they're just kind of naive. They just don't know how to go about it. Will JJ ever be in a committed relationship? Ooh. I mean, I do feel like you are probably that type of personality that is genuinely, and I'm like this too, I don't get into a relationship very easily. There definitely are a lot of blockages. Never say never. But I do feel like, and part of it is really, honestly, it's because you have high standards. You may not see it that way. You might not realize that, and I wouldn't call that a blockage. It's just a reality that you have high standards, like for what you want, not just out of a partnership, but out of your life. You're like, I'm trying to live the dream here. Like I feel like you just have big visions for what you want to do with your life, and you're comfortable being alone. So it's just going to make it harder. What can JJ do to kind of like move out of that energy? So first of it is recognizing that you have been through this pattern before of, it's a pattern that you've been in where you have had attractions to people but nothing has happened. So recognizing that the pattern is there. So first of all, if you're aware of the pattern, then it'll be easier to move out of it. Your guides are saying to focus more on self-love, and that is the hardest job that you have to do right now. And I mean, that's true for all of us. So I know that comes through as a little bit like trite or general or something, but I have Ace of Cups and 10 of Wands. Loving yourself first, and that's a hard job. That's a hard enough job in and of itself, they're saying. Also, they're saying right now the best energy for you to be in, to help you to eventually move past this blockage, is the Page of Cups. And this guy is painting, this. So if you're an artistic person, then I think being involved in artistic creation will be really helpful for you energetically, and it's just going to make you happy and you'll be creating beautiful things. If you're not artistic, then I think it's more like self-expression, some type of engaging in some sort of self-expression. So it could be just writing in a journal or something like that, but getting your thoughts and feelings out of yourself. Yes. Okay. So that's it. They want you to paint. I mean, literally, that's what the person is doing is painting. So your guides actually feel like that will be the thing. And there's a reason why you've been recently drawn to that, because it really will help you to get out of the current pattern that you've been in. And it will help you to attract. It will put your energy into that vibration of attracting a significant life partner, which is what you want. So I know that sometimes these things don't seem exactly connected, but they're saying like, yeah, painting, expressing yourself artistically actually helps you to get past this blockage. It doesn't seem like those two things would be connected, but it will work. And I think part of it is because when you're expressing yourself artistically like this, that in and of itself is an act of self-love, because you're paying attention to your own emotional expressions, your own emotional needs. Yeah, any of that, any sort of artistic expression, do it all, whatever you feel most drawn to, whatever brings you the most enjoyment. So if you wanted to step towards one of those things or both of them, do it with like enjoyment, Yeah, good. That's wonderful. Yeah, I need to do more of that myself. Sometimes when I'm giving messages to people, it's because it's a message for me too. Yeah, it's one of the, humans are the most neurotic of all of the animal species. But one of the things that we can do is create art, and we are unique in that way. I mean, we're obnoxious and neurotic and self-destructive, but at least we know how to make art. At least we do know that. So there's one special thing that we have to offer. Okay, the other person I had was Mona, and I think you already wrote your question up here. Let me just wipe my glasses off because I sprayed sage and water all over them. Okay, Mona says, mine is an X question. I feel we've both mellowed due to life circumstances and see things differently. Or what we value in the past isn't so important now. Could we have a happy, healthy, and easy relationship now? Emphasis on the easy. Okay, are you still here, Mona? Yes, thank you so much, Miss M, also for helping. I think that after Mona, I don't think I have anyone else that's paid. Okay, so you're asking if this X of yours and you could work out now because you feel like things have changed, that you both kind of mellowed out. So let's see. What's the likelihood that things would work out easily? Emphasis on easy, she says. Could it work out with ease if they tried it now? Could it work out with ease? This person is still very attracted to you. I think so. The answer is yes. We have the Queen of Wands, the Moon upright, and then we have the Ten of Cups reversed. So most of these are upright. So to me, that's a yes. And these are all positive cards. I mean, the Moon can be a difficult energy, but it's not a bad energy. It shows to me that there is still that chemistry between the two of you. With the Queen of Wands, this person still finds you very sexually attractive. And also the Moon, there is still an emotional connection. There's a very deep, soulful emotional connection between the two of you. And then we have the Ten of Cups reversed. And I think it's reversed because the two of you were not able to achieve this emotional fulfillment completely before. But there is the potential of that now. And there is a mutual desire. So I feel like this person would be equally interested in trying this again. So what's your advice to her about this? I feel like they're saying we have the 8 of Cups, the Wheel, and the 9 of Pentacles. I think that they're saying not to reach out to this person, to just sort of trust the universe to bring this person back to you. I feel like they're going to come back to you. You're not going to have to reach out to them. You're probably the one who walked away before, or maybe both of you walked away, but we have the Ace of Cups. So there was a walking away period. This person will return to you, but you're going to be like the 9 of Pentacles. You're just going to be, sitting over here having your life, not really forcing or coercing this back. It will just come back. Okay, yeah. So you did the walking, and you're not the one who has to reach out. I feel like this person will reach out. What else does she need to understand about this? I kind of feel like energetically, you're putting the energy out there because you're feeling more optimistic about it. And I feel like this person energetically is picking up on that, even though you're not communicating maybe. They energetically, they are kind of picking up on the fact that you're feeling more optimistic. I feel like this person still doesn't know if you're totally ready though, but they know that you're feeling more optimistic than you had been. And I feel like we have the Page of Wands reversed. Sorry, Page of Pentacles reversed. They're thinking about reaching out to you, but this is a slow energy already because it's Pentacles and also it's reversed. So it's probably going to be a while before they do reach out, but they're already thinking about it because they can already pick up this energy between the two of you. I feel like, in terms of divine timing, it's probably better for there to continue to be some time before they do reach out to you because you're starting to feel more optimistic, but I think you still need to do some more thinking about it still. Like there's still some greater clarity that you need to get to about this because you were genuinely hurt. And I think that you're not totally over all of that. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. So you might think that you are. The Spirit is saying there is a part of you that's not totally resolved the pain of this ending. So it's sort of like you need to sort of just wait and just do some more thinking about that. Do some more thinking about the pain that was caused to you, the pain that you experienced. Yeah, I just feel like for yourself, it's better for this not to like start back up real quick. You need some more space yourself just to do some thinking about it. Some sort of like just some reflection, more so in your logical mind, just thinking more logically about what actually happened between the two of you and maybe the issues that you had with this person. I don't know if they were non-committal or something like that, but you just didn't feel like you had the security with them before that you needed. And I think that was part of the pain, or, they just didn't, give you the emotional satisfaction that you needed in the connection. So yeah, for some reason, your guides really, yes, this person will come back, I think. And when that happens, there will be an ease to it. But you need to take this time before that happens to really just do some more reflection. Anything else that your guides would like to say here? Yeah, we're getting the Page of Pentacles again, and it's upright. This person is flipping a coin. They're in their own head right now trying to decide what to do. But again, this is Pentacles energy, and it is slower. So it's not going to be soon. This person knows that they hurt you. And they also, this person knows that ultimately you would be the one deciding. I mean, they might come back and reach out to you, but they know that ultimately the ball is in your court. You're the one that has the power here in terms of deciding, do I want to give you another chance? I think they're going to wait. They're going to reach out until they feel more confident that you really would give them another chance. You know, they are picking up on your energy. And so I feel like that's why your guides are telling you to focus more on your energy right now. You know, when your energy is truly receptive, now you're thinking that you're more receptive than you have been in the past, but energetically, there's still something that's not totally lined up within you to make you really, truly prepared to give them another chance. When that happens, I feel like this person will somehow they'll just know that, or they'll get their own signs that it's time to reach out again, and they will, and it will be easy. And I think that when they first come back, it will be more of the conversation will be more emotionally detached, from your end especially, but happy, jovial. It'll be positive, but it's not like you're going to have this overwhelming flood of emotions. And maybe that's why you need to take some time now, is so that you can be in a more rational, logical mindset when this does happen. It will make you happy, but I think you don't want to get overwhelmed by that happiness to the point that you're doing things that aren't really in your best interest. You know what I mean? So getting real logical and really thinking clearly now is going to prepare you when this person comes back, because it will make you very happy when they do. But sometimes when we're really happy, we can be like a chicken with our head, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, not really thinking very logically. And, you don't want to do that, because you don't want to repeat the experience that you had with them in the past. You want to be able to think very clearly so that you can communicate to them very clearly, respond to them with clarity and with logic. But it's going to make you very happy when they do reach out to you. And the ball really will be in your court. It will be up to you to decide, and you have time as well. Once they do reach out to you, it's going to take a while before they do. And when they do, you'll have time to figure out, okay, well, what do I want to do now? So don't rush yourself. So that's what I'm getting. I think that's the final paid reading. If someone else gave me a paid reading and I missed it, let me know, please. Otherwise, I'm going to do, thank you, Mona from Ireland. That's awesome. I guess Mona is a very Irish name, isn't it? I think that I'm part Irish myself. I think I'm like Scotch, Irish, and English, maybe a mix of those. I don't know. All right, I'm going to pull a fortune cookie for all of us. I've had this sitting here. What does the group need to know? Is there a fortune that would be for all of us? It says commitment is what turns a promise into reality. We've been talking a lot about commitment today. And the learned Chinese word on the back is cook. So yeah, it's just like whatever we want to create in our lives, we have to commit to it. If we want a meal to appear before us, and well, I guess you could go to a restaurant, not so much now exactly, but we have to cook it into existence. We have to create it into existence. We have to be committed to what we've promised ourselves. Even if I've promised myself that I will achieve a certain goal, that's not going to happen unless I'm really committed. If the chicken that's in my fridge wants to turn into a meal, I'm going to have to cook it. I have to put some effort, some commitment, some dedication into making that really happen. All right. Well, guys, I had a lot of fun today. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you next week. If anyone has ideas for a topic, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'll come up with something. But so also remember, in the description box below, there's a link to Monday's Pick a Card reading. If you want to go ahead and watch that now, the full video is available for you guys only. Sneak peek. just click the link in the description box. And that's about how do you and your love interest help each other to evolve. Love interest, partner, you know what I mean. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Miss M. Bye, guys.